And at stake, as all of you know, bilateral trade worth more than $20 billion US dollars. And the person who has been working to foster that relationship, the president, Farouk Taban of the Turk-American Alliance. A warm welcome for him.
Thank you for being here. I keep speaking in every the occasion, so here I am again. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2013 Turkic-American Annual Gala. I'm delighted to see all of you here. It means a lot for our continuing commitment to serve the Turkic-American community. So far, we had a sensational program that entailed dignitaries and specialists from all over the world, not just in the breakfast and the lunch, for the forum panels, to discuss pertinent issues involving energy, trade, and development. A tremendous appreciation for your participation at this remarkable convention. As I said on the video, Turkic-American Alliance is the largest national Turkic organization in the US, representing 6 regional federations and over 200 community associations. Some of the highlights in our history for 3 years, we have excursion to Turkey, trips to Turkey for over 4,000 VIPs in the course of last 8 years. And we have hosted 45 state capitals in the last 3 years for State House reception. And finally, our sister city program reached out 20+ cities in US. And our annual gala is the largest national event focused on strengthening political, social, and economic ties between the Turkic countries and the US. We convene annually to welcome new friends, visit with old colleagues, and most of all, to acknowledge the highlights and accomplishment of our previous year. Since the Turkic nation have vast resources of energy, the convention will unfold the various policies between nations and further discuss new developments in energy. With recent trade policies changing, economic opportunities at the fingertips of the developing nations. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to highlight dignitaries who are present today and invite them one by one to the stage one more time for a family picture. Because you know the member of the House and member of the Senate, they are so busy and they invite at least 10 events every single night in session. So their time is really valuable. So I'd like to invite, starting from the member of the parliament from Turkey, I'd like to have the Turkish, Kyrgyz, Azeri parliamentarians in the very first row here on the stage. So I'm going to call them one by one. First, Deputy Chairman of AK Party, Ekrem Erdem. And Deputy Chairman of Republican Party, Gökhan Günaydın. And Deputy Chairman of Republican Party, Bülent Tezcan. And alphabetical order, Ahmet Berat Çonkar. And Ali Demirçalı. Asım Mollazade of Azerbaijan. Derya Bakbak. The very first row. Değerli milletvekillerim, lütfen birinci sıraya oturalım. Engin Özkoç. Faik Tünay. Hüseyin Tanrıverdi. İlhan İşbilen. Kaybek İmanileyev from Kyrgyzstan. Mehmet Ali Susam. Nurettin Nebati. Osman Çakır. Samet Seyidov, Belma Satır, Kadir Gökmen Öğüt, Sahibe Gafarova of Azerbaijan, Sevinç Fataliyeva of Azerbaijan. So those are the members of the parliament of Azerbaijan, Kyrgyzstan, and Turkey. So I'm gonna introduce some other names for the second row, please. And AK Party board member Sema Ramazanoğlu, please, to the stage. And the governor of Trabzon, please to the stage, Recep Kızılcık. And Mayor Ahmet Basa, Mayor of Rize. And Mayor of Istanbul, Kadir Topbaş, please, to the stage. The second row, please. And Mayor of Antalya, Mustafa Akaydın, to the stage, please. And TUSCO President Düşen Kasayinov, to the stage, please. And SOCAR Vice President Halik Mehmedov, to the stage, please. And now the ambassadors, Turkish ambassadors Namık Tan, to the stage, please. Kazakhstan Ambassador Kayrat Umarov, Azerbaijan Ambassador Elin Süleymanov, Turkmenistan Ambassador Meret Orazov, Kyrgyzstan Ambassador Muhtar Jumayliyev, to the stage, please. And Macedonia Ambassador also, please, to the stage, the second row. And now from the U.S. Senate, we have Honorable Bob Casey. Senator Bob Casey, to the stage, please. Senator, maybe standing over here, please. Thank you. And Congressman Leonard Lance, to the stage, please. And Congressman over here. And Congressman Gene Green from Texas. I don't know if he's still here. And Congressman Jim Moran, to the stage, please. Congressman Jerry Connolly. So. And other. Okay, do we have any other member of House or member of Senate? Okay, may I have the Federation presidents, please? Our Federation, 6 Federation presidents. Congressman Turner. Thank you. Do we have any other? Congressman Breinstein.
No worries. Good to be here.
Okay. Congressman Charlie Dent, please. To this, Congressman Glenn Thompson. Hi, how are you? All right. Today. Okay. Do we have Federation presidents here? And finally, the sponsors of Halkbank, Ziraat Bank, and the Yıldız Holding. And our partner, TUSCON President Rızanur Meral, please, to the stage. And Secretary General Mustafa Günay, to the stage, please. And Ambassador Halil Akıncı, to the stage, please. Geldi.
Ben ayakta durayım, sen otur. Ben ayakta durayım.
Okay, do we have any? All right, I think that's it.
Farouk, thank you so much. What a picture that was. Big round of applause, right, for that family picture? It reminds me of my Sunday dinner at home. You know, I'm a Chinese family, got a lot of people in them, so lots of folks there. Well, as you heard, Senator Bob Casey from Pennsylvania is here tonight, and he's going to give you a couple welcome words. Let's say hello. I think I hear him somewhere. Wait. I think I see him. Good to see you.
Well, thanks so much, everyone. I'm going to be very brief, and I want everyone to know that because we had so many distinguished members of the U.S. House of Representatives, they wanted to make sure that each of them got a chance to speak. Is that right? No, we're only kidding about that. We're grateful to be here with so many members of the House, with senators who preceded me to the microphone earlier today. I want to say two things. Number one, thank you for the great work that's done in this room to make sure that Turkish-American relations are ever strong and enduring. It's important for our national security, our fight against terrorism, and so many other critically important issues to the United States. Secondly, and I'm almost done, I wanted to say how much I appreciated the visit that I made to Turkey just a few years ago, back in 2009, I'm sorry. And my goal, one of my goals in 2013 is to go again to visit Turkey, to get to Istanbul and Ankara and as many places as we can, because it was a great visit for me. God bless you and thank you.
Senator, great to see you. Thank you for being here. Now we have Congressman Leonard Lance. Warm welcome.
The Turkic American community is strong in New Jersey, the state I have the honor of representing in the House of Representatives. It is a community that is growing, and its entrepreneurial spirit is at the heart of what makes the United States great. What makes this country great is an ever-increasing number of those who yearn for the freedoms that we have here, and we work together on so many issues related to making sure that the world remains safe. And I want to thank all of those who are participating in this convention, and I look forward to being with you for many years in the future. To the Turkic American community, please keep up the good work. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Up next, Congressman Gerald Connolly from Virginia.
Good evening, everybody. It is great to be with you. It's great to serve as the co-chairman of the Turkey American Caucus in the United States Congress, where we are winning more and more friends every day. working on behalf not only of that caucus, but of the Turkic American community, especially here in the National Capital Region, which is strong and vibrant, gives myself and my friend and colleague Jim Moran lots of confidence in the ability to make sure this community has its voice heard in the halls of Congress. So it's a privilege working with you all, and I'm delighted to join you again this year. Have a very successful conference. God bless you.
Or maybe
Hold on.
We also move on the weekends, so at the end of the month, if you need to move to a new place, just let us know. Low rates, very, very low. Up next, please welcome the president of TUSCAN, Rizanur Miral.
Good evening. It's a great pleasure and honor for us to be with such distinguished guests in a very special and important event. I would like to thank you all for joining this very, very important event, which will reinforce, strengthen the Turkish-US relations, which we highly value. I would like to congratulate Turkic-American Alliance for arranging such a difficult organization, which we are following and we are trying to be a part of it. I congratulate Dr. Faruk Taban and his colleagues, the president of the member federations of TAA and associations and their staff, for arranging such a big organization and performing it with great success. As TUSCAN, we are arranging many events, and we know how difficult to arrange such a program very smoothly with the participation of very high-level participants. Last year, we wanted to contribute as business community to this very good relations by bringing business people to America, to the United States, and we brought 400 business people to 20 different states in 23 different delegations, and we are going to do more to contribute to the Turkish-US friendship. Thank you very much and have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rizanur. Appreciate those words. Up next, we have a representative from California, Dana Rohrabacher. She is also the chairman for Foreign Affairs, Europe-Eurasia Subcommittee.
This is terrific. Absolutely terrific. Think about what all this means. 100 years ago, Turkey was known as the sick man of Europe. Well, Turkey isn't sick anymore. Turkey's out in front of the race ahead of everybody else. And thank God for that. I just came back from Central Asia. And I will tell you that there is no hope for prosperity and stability in that part of the world unless there is a forceful leadership on the part and a partnership between Turkey and the United States. That's what it is all about. We will build a better world together. The Turkish people have an incredibly proud tradition and are now reasserting that tradition in Central Asia. Central Asia will become the focal point of the future of the human race. I am very proud to stand with you and to say that 10 and 20 years ago, there was no Turkish voice in Washington, D.C. People of Turkish background acted as if they had to apologize. Today, we see a proud group of Turkish Americans and a proud country in Turkey. We can do the job. We have a tremendous challenge ahead of us. We must overcome both those elements, the extremist elements in our societies that would pit us against each other, and we must oppose those elements on the outside that would obliterate freedom. Today we have an example in Turkey of a country of people who are Islamic, who will be a strong supporter of democracy and progress in the human race. Thank you for what you're doing. Together, we Americans and Turks will change the world and save the world. Thank you.
And Congressman, we must also get the gender of our elected officials correctly. Doggone it. Congressman, thank you for being so gracious today. Representative Jim Bridenstine from Oklahoma is up next.
I just wanted to say thank you all for having us. Thank you for Dana Rohrabacher for those great words. I just want to say I really appreciate the friendship from Oran, from Oklahoma City, and to the Raindrop Foundation in Oklahoma for all of the help and support you've given me in this process. And I do believe that the relationship between the United States and Turkey is critical, and I'm happy to help in any way I can. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much, Congressman. Appreciate that. Go Blue. Representative from Michigan, Dan Kildee.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm here with my wife, Jennifer, and my son, Kenneth. I want to tell you how much I appreciate the tremendous welcome that I received here tonight, but more importantly, the welcome that I received from the Turkish American community back in Michigan when I announced my campaign for Congress. One of the first meetings that I held was with the Turkish American Society of Michigan, who helped me understand in real terms the important issues that we face as partners. The relationship is one that I take very seriously, and it's one that I hope to continue. It's one that I think is based on mutual understanding of one another's interests. And I look forward more than anything in the very near future to visiting Turkey and understanding firsthand the issues that you face in this global society that we're all trying to build for one another. So thank you so much for the invitation to be here, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you again. Thank you.
Another familiar name, Representative Jim Moran from Virginia, an old friend here.
I hope you watch Richard on CNN. He's terrific. Every time he starts to speak, I get my notepad out to take notes. So it's a real honor that you've got him emceeing tonight. And it's great to see you. I want to thank the Turkic American Alliance for inviting me and many of my colleagues to this convention. And the Turkic countries of the world, the Turkic nations of the world are placed in the middle of the planet between East and West for a reason. Because both East and West needs your international leadership. And in fact, we've seen over the last several years tremendous investment in infrastructure, physical infrastructure and human infrastructure. We've seen tremendous economic growth, and we're seeing enormous advances in trade. More and more countries around the world are looking to the Turkic countries of the world for prosperity, for opportunity, for the kind of relationships and alliances that will help make all of us more prosperous. I hope that Jim Sensenbrenner and myself and others will be able to get a resolution through that urges a free trade agreement with the Republic of Turkey, because that free trade agreement will send a message and set a standard, not only for Western Europe, but for Asia as well. It is in trade, it is in economic growth, and it's in personal relationships that we're all going to create a better world. And the fact is that I'm very proud to represent the Turkic Americans within my congressional district in Virginia and Northern Virginia, and we thank so many of you for being here tonight. Thank you all very much.
Congressman, thank you so much. Up next, we have the Honorable Sahiba Ghafarova, Azerbaijan Member of Parliament.
That's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I'd like to greet all of you. It's my great pleasure and honor to speak before such an audience. I think it is important that we are together today because we have the great opportunity to speak to each other, to share our ideas, thoughts, and opinions. Nowadays, the only way to settle a number of global political, economic, humanitarian, social problems is strengthening our joint efforts, cooperation, and contacts. I strongly believe that nowadays the ideal formula that will unite us is to achieve the development of mutual coexistence culture. And I'd like to say that my country, Azerbaijan, is a multicultural country where live friendly and peacefully the representatives of different nations and religions. I can proudly point out that nowadays the Christians, Jewish communities of Azerbaijan, alongside with Muslim community, which is the majority of population, enjoys and exercises equal rights. It is one of the countries where a mosque, a church, and a synagogue coexist in peace. And in conclusion, I'd like to say that I strongly believe that in Azerbaijan, the globalization in cultural sense has been existed for many centuries. And as a result, the people of Azerbaijan is accustomed to live in neighborhood with many different nations. For us, this is usual and normal. Living together, nobody thinks that they create multicultural dialogue. This is just the way of living. They just live and nothing more. And in conclusion, I'd like to say that, in my opinion, this conference will be very useful for every country because the historical experience also proves that cooperation and dialogue is an ideal and the only way for settlement of our problems, securing common concerns and achieving sustainable and dynamic progress in the world. Thank you very much.
Executive Director from Rethink Institute, Dr. Fevzi Bilgin.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, as we are closing the 3rd annual Turkic American Convention, I would like to say a few words about the deeper meaning of this amazing gathering. I think the best way to characterize this event is to use the Silk Road metaphor, because this convention symbolizes the vibrancy, dynamism, interaction, exchange, friendship, prosperity that the good old Silk Road endowed its constituents throughout the ages. For many centuries, Silk Road was the most important land route connecting Asia and Europe and Africa. It was a unique path that enabled not only extensive trade relations, but also exchange of culture, knowledge, language, customs, philosophies, beliefs, and civilization. Nobody and no government could ever claim a monopoly on the creation or control of the Silk Road. It was a product of market dynamics and human aspiration. The Silk Road is thus a metaphor for human cooperation and interaction. Now, in this convention, we have all come from different countries, backgrounds, cultures, to celebrate the legacy of the Silk Road and the future of cooperation, friendship, peace, and prosperity. Thus, thanks to you all, our beloved town of Washington has just become another Silk Road town. Silk Road was the past, but is also the future. Forces of globalization, the enormous natural resources and riches of the region, the relative political stability, the need for economic growth, trade and technological innovations, altogether are leading the regional actors toward new schemes, reviving the Silk Road. There are now a number of large and small-scale bilateral and multilateral projects ranging from pipelines to railroads to fiber optic cables, aiming to reach the vibrancy and prosperity that symbolized the Silk Road. Most interestingly, most of these projects bear the name Silk Road in an obvious effort to capitalize on its non-political, intercultural, and transcontinental legacy. There is a US-led initiative of New Silk Road. There is another initiative that was launched in Turkey in 2008, which culminated the Antalya Declaration to ease the custom functions and bureaucracy. Another initiative is called TRISECA, International Transport Corridor of Europe, Caucasus, and Asia. And every single country in the region has its own scheme and project and initiative of Silk Road. We at the Rethink Institute are working to shed light on all these Silk Road initiatives. We acknowledge that these initiatives are competing and at times difficult to operate side by side. There could be conflicting strategic interests of regional and global players that may hamper possibilities of cooperation. But we believe that in the final analysis, the Silk Road initiatives can be successful and durable only if they prioritize the long-term benefits of the peoples of the region. For such initiatives, long-term commitment is a must, and issues such as security, good governance, and economic development should be addressed simultaneously. Transparency is very important for creating a safe and open environment. Also, engaging the local dynamics is crucial. Project constructions should involve not only government, but also private sector, and especially local companies. Non-governmental and civil society involvement and people-to-people relations are extremely important for the longevity and success of these initiatives. If the interested parties give heed to these points, a modern reincarnation of the Silk Road will bring peace and prosperity like it did in the past. Thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Doctor, thank you so much for that message. With me right now, before we go to the next speaker, is a proclamation. This coming from the governor of Maryland, Martin O'Malley. It's from the state of Maryland. And it reads, "Be it known that on behalf of the citizens of this state, in recognition of the 3rd Annual Turkic American Convention hosted by the Turkic American Alliance and its component federations, the Council of Turkic American Association, the Mid-Atlantic Federation of Turkic American Associations, Turkic American Federation of the Midwest, Turkic American Federation of Southeast, the Turquoise Council of Americans and Eurasians, and the West American Turkic Council. And in affirmation of Turkic American Alliance as the largest national Turkic organization in the U.S., representing 6 national federations and over 200 community associations, cultural centers, business associations, and education institutions, we are pleased to confer upon you this governor's citation, the 13th day of March, 2013, from the governor of the state of Maryland. This is all for you and what you've done here tonight. So that's right. A big round of applause for all of you being here tonight. Up next, we have the Secretary of the State of Maryland, John McDonough.
On behalf of Governor Martin O'Malley and Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown and the citizens of Maryland, I want to express our appreciation to the organization and particularly to the mayor and the governor from Trabzon who were visiting us today in Annapolis. It's a lovely city, and we invite all of you to come visit us in Annapolis as well. Thank you for coming for a great evening.
Definitely short and sweet there. Thank you so much for your words there. Up next, we have a member of the Kyrgyzstan Parliament, the Honorable Kanyubek Iman Aliyev, please.
Dear friends,
Türk dünyası, Türk tildi elder,
Turkic world and Turkic language world,
var bolsun, bir bolsun, bay bolsun, birge bolsun.
let the Turkic people be and in prosperity. Thank you.
All right, this is going to be a fun one. So first, I'd like to invite up Representative Alan Grayson of Florida.
I am a member of Congress from a youthful nation, a nation only 2 centuries old. Please forgive us for our impetuousness and our youthful indiscretions. We have representatives here from one of the oldest nations on earth, one of the most distinguished and accomplished nations on earth. I'm speaking, of course, of the nation of Turkey, going back 1,000 years. Now, history sometimes passes generations by. In the course of 1,000 years, one generation may seem much like the next, but it's our generation that has seen something special. The greatest, most important event internationally of my lifetime was the breakup of the Soviet Union. And the breakup of the Soviet Union was something that was important to people here because, among other things, it meant that my children didn't have to learn to hide under their desks the way that I had to learn to hide under my desk when I was growing up in school. But there was an unexpected and very important side effect of the breakup of the Soviet Union, and that was the leading to freedom for 6 Turkic nations. 6 nations have now joined the family of nations that once before were slave nations, and now they are free. And we welcome them here today like we welcome their older brother, the nation of Turkey. When I went to Uzbekistan, I saw Turkish construction companies building buildings. When I went to Kyrgyzstan, the same thing. All over Central Asia now, we see a unity that was never possible before. We see an awakening of a common culture, a common understanding, a common way of life, a common way of looking at things and joining the world. We have established the Turkic family among the family of nations. Now, I'll tell you that I've enjoyed this very much myself. I took my family to Azerbaijan a couple of years ago, and we saw that beautiful rift on the side of the hill, the flame that's been there for at least 1,000 years because Marco Polo wrote about it. And we went to the mud volcanoes, got as close as we could to them. One of them popped up in the face of one of my children. All sorts of special things that were once submersed beneath the Soviet Union, under the Soviet Union, they've now come to the surface for all of us to enjoy. And I say, I'm very happy about that. So again, let's have us all give a warm welcome to these new members of the family of nations, our new Turkish brothers and sisters, happy birthday to them. Thank you.
Up next, we have a sponsor to give us some words from Ziraat Bank, Mr. Baran Erdil.
Thank you. First of all, I want to welcome and greet all the distinguished guests. I'm going to cut my speech pretty short because I know that everyone is looking forward to go home or hotel room. It was a long day for us, I know. I'd like to thank TUSCON and TAA for organizing such a comprehensive and useful convention. As Ziraat Bank, we have been the proud sponsor of the events organized by TUSCON and its affiliates. Ziraat Bank, having the largest global network in the Turkish banking system and being present in 16 countries, including the Turkish states like Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan, has been active in financing and providing support in the Turkic region. We are a bank that is continuously growing its global base and activities in the Turkic region, as well as US, Middle East, and Asia. I'm proud to emphasize that Ziraat Bank, being the oldest bank in Turkey, we're always providing support for the energy and trade business in the Turkic region and between the Turkic region and the United States. I guess I'll stop here and let everyone go. Thank you so much.
And up next, we have the Mayor of Istanbul, Mr. Kadar Topbaş.
Saygıdeğer hanımefendiler, beyefendiler, değerli dostlar, iyi akşamlar diliyorum. Ve sizlerle birlikte, bu dostlarla birlikte bir akşam yemeğinde buluşmaktan duyduğum memnuniyeti özellikle ifade etmek istiyorum.
I'm glad to be joining you all today on this beautiful dinner event.
Güzel olan dostlarla birlikte olmak. Türkiye'den, İstanbul'dan binlerce kilometre ötede Washington'da sizlerle birlikte olmak ve burada gerçekten bir dostluk atmosferini görmek benim için çok anlamlı ve çok onur verici.
It's good to be able to breathe this atmosphere of friendship miles away from Istanbul in Washington, D.C.
Ve ben burada kutluyorum hem Amerikalı dostlarımızı hem Türk kardeşlerimizi. O kadar güzel bir birliktelik oluşturmuşsunuz ki sanki asırlardan beri birlikte yaşamış bir duyguyu yansıtmaktasınız.
And I would like to congratulate our American colleagues as well as our Turkic colleagues, as this friendship feels like that it has been there for centuries.
Dostluklar ağaca benzer. Bakarsanız yeşerir ve meyve verir. Bakmazsanız kurur ve bir daha yeşermez.
Friendships are like trees. If you care for it, it will bear fruit. If you don't, they will die away.
Ve inanıyorum ki burada herkes katkı sunmakta ve birlikte olmanın güzelliğini yaşamaktasınız.
I believe every single one of you contribute to this friendship and enjoy the coexistence.
Hazreti Mevlana'nın sözünü tekrarlamak istiyorum. Aynı dili konuşanlar değil, aynı duyguyu paylaşanlar anlaşır diyor.
Let me hereby re-quote the Turkish philosopher Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi. He says that it's not those who speak the same language, but those who share the same feelings that can actually communicate.
Bizim duygularımız dostluk, barış, güzellik, esenlik ve dünyanın geleceği.
Our common feelings are peace, friendship, and the prosperity of the world.
Yani beraber yaşadığımız bu gezegende mutluluğu yansıtmak.
So to reflect the happiness in this world that we coexist in.
Ve burada özellikle Amerikalı dostlarımızla Türkiye'li ve Türk olan dostlarımız beraberce bu olguyu burada yansıtmaktalar. Bundan dolayı ben kendilerine teşekkür ediyorum.
And I'm so glad and thankful to see our American friends and the Turkic friends reflect that friendship here tonight.
Sizlerle çok kısa olsa yani bir gün içerisinde, bir günün gündüz içerisinde bir vakit geçirdik. Gerçekten çok dolu dolu hatıralarla aranızdan biraz sonra ayrılacağım. Gönlümüzü burada sizlerle bırakmak üzere ayrılacağım ama diliyorum ki her biriniz fırsat buldukça mutlaka kıtaların buluştuğu gerçek anlamda bir barış kenti olan İstanbul'a geliniz.
Although briefly I had the chance today to be here with you, and I'm going to leave Washington, D.C. soon with beautiful memories, and I hope that you can all visit Istanbul, the city of beauty, sometime.
Amerikalı dostlarımızın gösterdiği sıcaklığa benzer Türk misafirperverliğini orada sizlere yansıtmak isteriz.
And let me reassure you, American friends, we'll make sure that you receive the same hospitality that we have received here.
Çünkü bizler dostlarımızla beraber yürümeyi severiz.
Because we walk together along with our friends.
Burada özellikle değişik kademelerde etkin görevi olan saygın insanlar olarak her birinizin Türk dostlarımıza ve kardeşlerimize göstermiş olduğunuz yakın ilgiye özellikle teşekkür ediyorum.
Please accept my gratitude for the hospitality that you have shown as political leaders from different levels of government.
Ve diliyorum ki bu dostluk, bu kardeşlik ve bu güzellik dünyanın başka bireyleri, başka ülkelerine örnek teşkil etsin.
I sincerely hope that this friendship will be a model for the rest of the world.
Sizleri bu güzel akşamda birlikte olmaktan duyduğum memnuniyeti ifade ederek, teşekkürlerimi arz ederek tekrar İstanbul'da görüşmek üzere davet ediyorum.
Let me once again state that I was delighted to be here, joining you here today. Please accept my gratitude for your time and enjoy your dinner.
Ve sizlere saygılarımı arz ediyorum.
Please accept my respect and I hope to see you in Istanbul.
Thank you, Mayor, for your words. I will be there next week based on your invitation. Up next, Congresswoman Yvette Clarke from New York.
Good evening, everyone. I am Congresswoman Yvette D. Clarke of the 9th Congressional District of Brooklyn, New York. I would like to express my gratitude to the Turkic American Alliance and the Turkish Cultural Center of New York for inviting me to celebrate with you this evening. As a member of Congress from Central Brooklyn, I represent many Turkic Americans. In particular, I want to mention my good friend, Suleiman Adogan, with whom I've had an opportunity to work. Recently, the 9th Congressional District was expanded to include several new communities in Brooklyn, particularly Sheepshead Bay, with a very substantial community of Turkish Americans. It has been my privilege to meet the members of this community, and you have welcomed me as a friend. Turkey and the United States have worked with each other for many years as members of the Group of 20 G20 economies and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. We have opportunities for collaboration on trade agreements, exchange programs, and national security and other matters. I want to focus on a particular issue on which I believe elected officials in the United States and Turkey have a responsibility to develop a comprehensive solution: the protection of the internet from cyber terrorists. The protection of our security on the internet has been an important part of my work as a member of the Homeland Security Committee. The risks of cyber terrorism are substantial to our bank account balances, our email accounts, and our private conversations with family members and friends. Indeed, our economies depend on an internet that works without interference by cyber terrorists. We cannot protect the internet from within the borders of the United States or within the borders of Turkey or any other nation. Instead, we must work with each other to protect the internet with multilateral treaties between nations and with multinational organizations such as the United Nations. I encourage everyone here this evening to consider the security of our internet in discussions about economic development. To develop, we must have an infrastructure protected from risk. And I look forward to this conversation with everyone here this evening. Once again, I salute and congratulate the Turkic American community for this outstanding conference and for so many of you who have come together and have made it your mission to create strong bonds between the United States and the Turkic region. Thank you very much for having me.
This is really an all-star event. I don't know if you all realize this because you have it every year, but really a fantastic group of speakers today. And up next, the ambassador of Turkey to the United States, Namık Tan.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I warned you this afternoon that you shouldn't call me to the podium again. But you're lucky this time I have my wife with me. She is here with us this evening, so I'll be brief. I want to first express our sincere gratitude to the Turkic American Alliance and TUSCON and all other sponsors for hosting this marvelous evening. Despite being an umbrella organization, TAA achieved a remarkable success within short span of time in view of their turnout, scope, and the content. The panels of the TAA annual convention made meaningful and sound contributions to the further strengthening of Turkish-American relations. The convention created a new friendship and connections between Turkey and the US. And I want to thank all American friends of Turkey who have participated in this convention. All the congressmen, senators, and administration members. And I want to thank our guests who have come all the way from Turkey, traveled 10,000 kilometers in order to participate in this event, and express the Vice Chair of the Justice and Development Party and Vice Chair of the Republican People's Party and other members of the Turkish Parliament our greatest thanks and appreciation. I also wanted to express, although they have left, our great appreciation for the participation of the great city, the mayor of great city of Istanbul, Mr. Kadir Topbaş, as well as the beautiful city in the southern corner of Turkey, Antalya, the mayor of metropolitan city of Antalya, Mr. Mustafa Akaydın. I think TAA convention, ladies and gentlemen, reaffirmed the existence of an outstanding potential for further development of Turkish-US relations. I also want to underline and wish a very successful working year for the TAA and its sister organization, Rethink Institute. I hope to get together next year again at the annual convention, again for a rich and thought-provoking convention. I want to express, although most of you now really tired of listening to many of the speakers, I want to close up here and express my sincere thanks and gratitude to TAA and all of you for listening to me. Thank you.
The ambassador also, though, the most athletic tonight, jumping up and down the stage. Ambassador, thank you so much for your words. And we'll move on to the governor of Trabzon, Recep Kızılcık. Not to be outdone by the ambassador, huh?
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. It's my privilege and honor to be here in front of you. And I would like to congratulate Turkic American aliens on organizing this magnificent event. Also, I would like to extend well-being wishes of people of Trabzon to you. And again, I would like to thank you for inviting us to be with this magnificent society audience. Thank you very much.
So the Turkish baklava is that good that they have energy now. Everybody's jumping on the stage and jumping off. The food is so good tonight. Let's see if the ambassador of Azerbaijan has energy right now. We want a big leap onto the stage. Elin Suleymanov. Ambassador, we were setting, okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You see how much more agile than me is Ambassador Tan, as always. It's good. Thank you very much. I will not take your time. I will try to be as brief as possible. Thank you, everybody, for organizing a great event. We had a very interesting panel today. I think it went very well. Farouk Bey and all his friends deserve all the best compliments for their work. Thank you very much. And one thing we need to do to make sure that the next year's convention is even better, stronger, and much better attended in the future. So we need to keep the momentum going. Thank you very much, and congratulations to TAA. Thank you.
The ambassador of Azerbaijan didn't have his baklava yet, right? Yeah, that was the key. Now the ambassador of Kyrgyzstan, Mukhtar Jamalier, please. Hi, how are you? All right, please, the ambassador of Kyrgyzstan, Mukhtar Jamalier. I figure if I say it twice, he'll just appear. He may have gone for a break. How's the food so far? Good. Those of you who are left, I got one thumbs up. All right. I guess it's good for one person, right? Now we would like to introduce Samad Sayedov, Azerbaijan Member of Parliament. Ah, you're here. Good.
Thank you, America. Thank you because you are great. You gave us possibility to be together. And today, Turkic nations, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Turkey, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, we are together. Together because of America. Together because of freedom. Together because of friendship. Thank you, America, because you are great and your values are great. Because of these values, we are fighting against terror in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and we are fighting for freedom. Thank you, America, because today, together with America, we are thinking about the future. We are thinking about young generation. And I know exactly that this is beginning of big Turkic world together with great America. Great America and great Turkic world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador. Wow, that is very invigorating. Now we have a short movie. If you could look to the sides here, we have a movie about Azerbaijan. All right, like a great soccer game, to the very last minute, only the best fans are still here, right, for the Turkic American Convention. We're about to get close to the end here. Representative Alan Lowenthal from California, member of the Foreign Affairs and Euro-Asia Subcommittee, is also here to help us get to the end of tonight's event. So, Representative, please, Alan Lowenthal.
I am a diehard. I am so pleased to be here. I was fortunate. I represent the 47th Congressional District in California. Prior to that, I was in the California State Senate, and I led a delegation to Turkey, where I spent between the state of California and the Turkish government, set up by the Pacifica Foundation and my dear friend Oscar. And now I'm in the Congress, member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, very active in the committee. Glad today I went to the hearing on Uzbekistan and water policy in Central Asia. And I'm so proud to support this first Turkic American convention and the close ties now between the countries, the Turkic countries, all of the countries, and the United States. It's wonderful that we formed this relationship. We are very proud to have you here, and thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much.
So, we've reached the end of a great evening, but before we say goodnight, I'd like to welcome back up the President, Faruk Taban.
Here we go. I'm speaking again, but for the good cause. So thank you for all of you, all the volunteers, our member federations, member organizations, to make this happen. It's a remarkable, outstanding event. So we raised the bar again. So I'd like to see you again for our next convention. Have a good night. Enjoy for the conversation. Thank you.